Hello there, future chemists in the house. I assume that you have already watched the introductory video in chemistry, and also you have answered the introductory questions that were actually posted in the Google Classroom. So in the video, you've actually learned something about some misconceptions about chemistry and the essence of chemistry. So this time, we will be having a quick course tour about the entire course of chemistry this year. And let me just formally introduce myself to everyone. I am Miss Christine May Aguanta, your chemistry teacher for the entire school year. And without much ado, let us begin about the chemistry standards overview. So what are we going to learn chemistry? So chemistry focuses on the study of matter and its interactions, motion and stability, forces and interactions, and energy. So in the table, as what you can see in the screen, this actually includes some cross-cutting concepts, science and engineering practices, the skills that you will be acquiring in the study of chemistry. So this will be embedded in the different lessons that we will have in the near future. And so we also have some learning goals. So I have written here hashtag learning goals in chemistry. So we are all familiar with hashtags, right? In your Instagram or in your Facebook account, you always post some hashtag. And so in our class also, we have these learning goals in chemistry that we need to achieve. There are actually 6. The first one is explore the anchor phenomenon. So in our study of chemistry, there would be some anchor phenomenon that we will be investigating. Second, you need to make sense of the phenomenon. So after knowing some phenomenon, we will be having some making sense activities as to how this anchor phenomenon actually makes sense in our real life situations. And then third one is that you need to identify related phenomena. So not just one anchor phenomenon, but you will be drawing out as well related phenomena to the certain phenomenon that we are studying. And number 4, you need to develop questions and of course suggest next steps to do. So your art of questioning will be honed and will be developed in the study of chemistry. Number 5 is to explore investigative phenomena. So in the study of chemistry, you will act as, of course, investigators. Number 6 is that you need to communicate scientific reasoning around the anchor phenomenon. So after studying, exploring, and making sense of the phenomenon, you are going to communicate. So no scientist becomes scientist without communicating their results. So this time, you will really be acting as scientist because you will be communicating. Either you are shy or not, it's very important that you need to communicate your results, either a negative findings or a positive outcome. Okay, so these are actually the learning goals you will have in chemistry, and I hope you will personalize all these learning goals. But most importantly, one of the learner goals, not just a learning goal, but really a learner goal, since you are the learner, you need to have this goal in the entire study of chemistry. That is to learn. So that is your main focus. I enclose this in a heart shape because I want you to learn chemistry from the heart, by your heart, for the heart. So do not just learn chemistry with your mind. Learn chemistry by your heart, for the heart, and of course, with the heart. Because learning is not just knowing, learning is actually applying what you learn from the classroom to real world situations that you are facing as students. Okay, and so how do we know if you learn? Of course, you need to pass chemistry class. Chemistry is not a tested area. However, chemistry class is a requirement for graduation. So you need to pass. There should be no student left behind. We are all in this together. I as your teacher will help. And of course, you as students, you as learners need to do some steps in order for you to pass this subject. Okay, and how do we do that? How do you pass chemistry class? So of course, let me just inform you of the overview of sample units. What are the topics that you will be taking chemistry? These might be familiar to you. These topics might have been discussed to you by your previous teacher. but for the entire chemistry course, there are actually 5 units that we will be discussing. Unit 1 will be talking about nuclear processes. Unit 2 involves atoms and the periodic table of elements. I know when you think of chemistry, you can really think of the periodic table of elements. And maybe some of you are thinking, do we really need to memorize the 118 elements in the periodic table? You're going to find out. And then Unit 3 actually will be talking about chemical reactions. Unit 4, optimizing chemical reactions. Unit 5 will be talking about energy. And so in our first unit, we will deal with nuclear processes. And as what is being shown to you earlier in our screen, we will be talking about and explore about Anchor phenomenon. And for the first unit, our Anchor phenomenon is about the Japanese people living in the area where Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster took place, and which cause a higher risk of developing cancer. So these are the standards that are aligned or that are embedded in studying this Anchor phenomenon. So we will know about nuclear reactions, nuclear fusion, nuclear fission. Okay, so this is actually a bit interesting because we will be dealing about nuclear bombs. Okay, how atoms actually react to produce an enormous amount of energy. Okay, so I hope you're excited to learn about these as well. And so, these are some classroom expectations. We have some goals set. And so, what are the necessary steps? What are some of the activities that will help us achieve those goals? So we have now 8 items here. Number 1 on the list, activity sheets from LDOE, or the Louisiana Department of Education. The curriculum of chemistry has been set already and made by the LDOE, and so we need to follow that. So you will be provided with activity sheets, and each one of you will compile these activity sheets in your portfolio folder. I'll be the one to give you and distribute these folders to each one of you. And then, of course, we are dealing with chemistry. You've seen in the video that chemistry is also about scientists doing some experiments, and of course you will be scientists as well, scientists in the making. So we will be doing some experimentation either in a lab setting, virtual classroom, or simulations. And third one, after experimentation, there would be some data analysis and interpretation. So your analytical thinking will be honed in our future activities. Fourth one, individual and group work. So you expect that there would be projects, there would be reporting and or presentation. So in terms of reporting, this could be done face-to-face or in a virtual world setting. So students in the virtual academy should learn how to make some videos or video blogging, and of course make some PowerPoint presentation. And then you will be expecting some exit tickets as formative assessment. Number 6 would be the summative assessments. So this actually includes long quizzes, okay, or unit quizzes. And of course, this includes the 9-week test, very important. And number 7, which is actually very interesting, we will be awarding an outstanding student of the month, either in my biology class or in chemistry class. The criteria for this awarding will be given to you in your future. But the Science Megamind will be awarded to the most outstanding student who will qualify for the certain criteria. Okay, and the student who will be awarded for this will be automatically joining the science club. Okay, and then will be given awards and recognition, of course. And number 8, we have here the chemistry or the science exhibit. This is still a proposal that we will be having a science exhibit in the near future, showcasing all your outputs and of course the product of our experiments in the near future. All in all, these are some classroom expectations, okay? And I hope that you will participate and cooperate in all of this. And so, what is the grading system in the chemistry class? How are you be assessed? So first, I want you to look at the percentage very importantly. This will comprise your grade. So 40% will go to projects and laboratory work. This is very important because this is performance based. Okay, so I will be providing a copy of each one of you in the Google Classroom so that you can revisit this from time to time, and that you will be guided as to how you get grades. Okay, so again, projects and laboratory work is 40%. You need to expect that there would be a lab practical examination, and we will see how we're going to do that for the vertical students. And then the next part of the criteria, okay, or in the grading system, is the tests and the quizzes. This is actually 30% of the course grade. Very importantly, okay, this includes some quizzes or the summatives. And what are the different quizzes? This involves some pop quizzes that would be completed individually. This would also include announced quiz with no notes, okay? And of course, announced quiz with notes. So very important, when I tell you to really make notes, you really need to do notes, because you don't know, there would be some quizzes that will require you to make use of your notes. And so there would be some announced quiz as well that would be done by group. So everyone in the group earns the same score. So that is 30% of the grading system. Take note of that. And the last part of the grading system is the classwork and the note checks. Very importantly, because this is 30% of the course grade. This is just the same with your quiz or test. What do the class, or what is comprised in the classwork? This actually includes some knowledge audits, okay, or check-in works, or a page summary, or a supplemental reading assignment. And all above and beyond points are added into the classwork category of the grade. And most importantly, a major portion of the classwork grade category is the note check. Make sure you maintain your class notebooks or the folder, your portfolios, and there would be an interactive chemistry notebook that you are required to do so and file. So be vigilant in doing all this. Okay, this will actually have a great contribution for grades. And so these are just some expectations, and of course the grading system that you really need to take in the study of chemistry. I hope you are all clarified with that. And this is just a quick course tour of chemistry. The next video to follow will be the classroom rules, either face-to-face and virtual. And the next video is about the instruction on pre-assessment. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this quick course tour. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment or email me. And so that's it for this video, and have a good day.